87% of European car owners make the same deadly mistake every morning, and it's destroying their turbo engines. You probably think your BMW, Mercedes, or Audi will naturally give up around 200,000 kilometers, but that's completely wrong. The maintenance habits I'm about to reveal have kept a 2010 Volkswagen Golf TDI running flawlessly past 450,000 kilometers, while 9 out of 10 European drivers are unknowingly shortening their car's lifespan by decades. What you'll discover today could save you over 15,000 euros in preventable repairs and extend your vehicle's life well beyond what you thought possible. One simple habit change has transformed engines that should have died years ago into power plants that purr like new. And another mistake is silently destroying turbo systems across Germany, France, and the UK right now. European manufacturers are playing a dangerous game with your wallet, and most drivers don't realize it until it's too late. BMW boldly advertises 25,000 kilometer oil change intervals in their marketing materials. Mercedes pushes their recommendations even further to 30,000 kilometers. Audi claims their advanced engines can handle even longer periods between oil services. It sounds convenient, modern, and cost-effective during those crucial warranty years when everything seems perfect. But here's the devastating truth: they won't tell you about what happens after your warranty expires. According to the German automobile club ADAC and independent mechanics across Germany, France, and the UK, these extended service intervals are carefully crafted marketing strategies designed to make ownership appear cheaper while your car remains under manufacturer warranty. The real goal isn't engine longevity, it's making lease payments and initial ownership costs look more attractive to buyers comparing different brands. Once you hit 150,000 kilometers and that protective warranty expires, you become solely responsible for dealing with the expensive consequences of following their recommendations. The real sweet spot for European engines, especially those equipped with turbochargers, is actually 8,000 kilometers, or every 6 months, using high-quality, fully synthetic oil that meets manufacturer specifications. This interval becomes absolutely critical if you drive in stop-and-go city traffic, regularly tow trailers or caravans, or live in dusty Mediterranean conditions where air filtration systems work overtime. Independent mechanics from Stockholm to Sicily agree that the difference between following manufacturer extended intervals and real-world optimal maintenance can literally mean the difference between an engine that struggles past 200,000 kilometers and one that runs smoothly well beyond 400,000 kilometers. The cost difference between frequent oil changes and engine replacement makes this choice obvious once you understand the real numbers. But there's another silent destroyer lurking in your transmission system, and most European drivers completely ignore it until catastrophic failure strikes without warning. Unlike engine oil that receives regular attention and discussion among car enthusiasts, transmission fluid sits hidden away in sealed systems, slowly degrading and becoming contaminated with every single kilometer you drive. Here's what makes this situation particularly insidious and expensive. The fluid often still looks perfectly fine, while it's systematically destroying your gearbox from the inside out. That cherry red automatic transmission fluid, or pale yellow DSG fluid, appears completely healthy, even after 80,000 kilometers of use. But microscopic analysis reveals it's actually holding thousands of microscopic clutch particles, metal shavings from synchronizers, and varnish deposits that act like liquid sandpaper grinding through your transmission's most expensive internal components. Modern DSG transmissions found in Volkswagens, Audis, and Skodas require complete fluid replacement every 80,000 kilometers, while conventional torque converter automatics can extend this interval to 100,000 kilometers. Waiting longer than these intervals is essentially gambling with a 3,500 euros to 4,500 euros transmission replacement bill that often exceeds the vehicle's remaining value. Here's the critical rule that could save your transmission and thousands in repair costs. Never attempt to flush an old, neglected transmission system that hasn't received proper maintenance. High-pressure flushing will dislodge accumulated debris and varnish deposits that are actually holding worn internal components together, causing immediate catastrophic failure that transforms a maintenance procedure into an emergency replacement. Always use manufacturer-specific fluids, VAG G055025A, 2 for DSG units, ZF Lifeguard, 8 for BMW 8-speed automatics, and ACE in WS for Toyota-derived systems. Generic transmission fluid might save you €20 initially, but it costs €3,500 when compatibility issues destroy internal seals and clutch packs. Your cooling system harbors a corrosive secret that most European drivers discover far too late to prevent expensive damage. Modern European coolants are formulated in different colors for different manufacturers: pink G13 coolant for VAG group vehicles, blue coolant for BMW and Mercedes applications, and yellow coolant for Ford and Opel systems. These color codes aren't just for identification, they represent different chemical formulations designed for specific metallurgy and operating temperatures. But regardless of color, formulation, or manufacturer claims, after 5 years of constant heat cycles and chemical reactions, they all transform from protective fluids into corrosive agents that attack your engine instead of protecting it. Once coolant becomes acidic through normal aging and contamination, it stops preventing corrosion and starts actively causing it, systematically eating through aluminum radiators, cast iron water pumps, brass heater cores, and eventually aluminum or steel head gaskets. The early symptoms are often subtle and easy to dismiss: white smoke from your exhaust during cold starts, mysterious coolant loss without visible leaks, overheating in heavy traffic, or that distinctive sweet smell indicating your heater core is beginning to fail. By the time these warning signs become obvious, you're already facing €2,000 to €4,000 in cascade repairs that could have been prevented with proper coolant maintenance. The preventive solution costs a fraction of this potential damage. Every 80 flush your cooling system every 80,000 kilometers or 5 years, whichever comes first, regardless of what your service manual claims about lifetime coolant. This interval becomes even more crucial for turbocharged engines that operate at higher temperatures and create additional stress on cooling system components through heat cycling and increased pressure fluctuations. Most modern European engines use interference timing designs, which means if the timing belt snaps during operation, pistons crash directly into open valves, destroying both components and often requiring complete engine rebuilds or replacement. This catastrophic scenario is particularly common with VAG Group TDI diesel engines, BMW diesel applications, and Fiat multijet engines, where timing belt failure immediately results in €3,000 to €6,000 in repair costs, frequently exceeding the vehicle's remaining market value and forcing owners into total loss situations. European timing belts typically require replacement every 120,000 kilometers or 8 years under normal operating conditions, but oil contamination from failing cam seals or crankshaft seals can cause premature failure well before scheduled intervals. Watch carefully for these warning signs that indicate impending timing belt problems: subtle ticking sounds from the engine bay during idle, visible oil residue around the timing cover, or rough idle conditions that weren't present previously. But here's the truly terrifying reality about timing belt maintenance: most belts fail without providing any advance warning whatsoever. They simply snap during normal operation, causing instant catastrophic internal engine damage that transforms a routine maintenance item into an emergency engine replacement. Professional mechanics always recommend replacing the water pump simultaneously with timing belt service, since it's driven by the same belt system, and water pump failure after belt replacement means removing all the same components again, essentially doubling labor costs for what should have been a single repair. Old spark plugs create a destructive chain reaction that extends far beyond simple performance issues, potentially reducing fuel economy by 30%, while simultaneously destroying catalytic converters worth €1,200 or more. European direct injection engines face particular vulnerability because they operate at significantly higher combustion temperatures and create more carbon deposits than traditional port injection systems, accelerating spark plug degradation and increasing the risk of expensive secondary damage. Most European vehicles use advanced iridium or platinum spark plugs specifically designed to last 100,000 to 160,000 kilometers under ideal conditions, But real-world driving conditions, including city traffic, short trips, and certain fuel additives, can accelerate electrode wear significantly. Watch for these progressive symptoms that indicate spark plug degradation, rough idle that worsens over time, hesitation during acceleration, measurably increased fuel consumption, or intermittent misfiring under load. If you detect the smell of raw petrol from the exhaust system, your plugs are likely fouled and potentially allowing unburned fuel to damage your expensive catalytic conversion system. For specific applications, always use manufacturer-recommended spark plugs, NGK97506 for BMW N55 engines, Bosch FR7KPP332S for VAG TSI applications, and never install old-fashioned copper plugs in modern European engines where they'll fail within 40,000 kilometers and potentially cause ignition timing issues. European fuel quality varies dramatically across the continent, creating challenges that your fuel filtration system must handle to protect expensive injection components. Premium fuels available in Germany and Switzerland contain excellent cleaning additives and consistent octane ratings, while cheaper fuel options available in Eastern European markets may carry higher levels of contaminants that systematically clog filters and damage sensitive high-pressure injection systems over time. A simple €35 fuel filter replacement performed at proper intervals prevents €800 fuel pump failures, but the stakes become even higher for diesel vehicle owners. Modern TDI engines feature incredibly sensitive high-pressure injection systems that can be completely destroyed by fuel contamination. Dirty fuel can cause €2,000 to €3,000 in injection system damage within just a few thousand kilometers of operation. Most European vehicles feature in-tank fuel filters designed to last 120,000 kilometers, but external inline filters require replacement every 60,000 kilometers to maintain proper fuel system protection. Always relieve fuel system pressure before beginning any fuel filter work by removing the fuel pump fuse and running the engine until it stalls naturally, preventing dangerous fuel spray and ensuring safe working conditions. Here's the morning habit that's silently destroying more European turbo engines than any other single maintenance mistake. Cold morning starts followed by immediate high RPM operation devastate the sophisticated turbocharged engines found in virtually every modern European vehicle. When your engine sits overnight, oil drains back into the crankcase and becomes thick from cold temperatures, while your turbocharger bearings need immediate lubrication to survive spinning at 200,000 RPM under boost conditions. Rev your engine aggressively before oil circulation reaches proper pressure and temperature, and you're essentially grinding metal against metal in the most expensive and sensitive component of your entire powertrain. The damage isn't immediately obvious, but it accumulates over thousands of cold starts until bearing clearances become excessive and turbocharger failure becomes inevitable. The correct warm-up procedure is simple but absolutely critical for turbo longevity. Start your engine and allow it to idle for 60 seconds minimum. Drive gently until coolant temperature reaches normal operating range. Then gradually increase engine load and boost pressure. BMW's blue temperature warning light and Audi's cold engine indicator exist specifically to prevent this type of damage, serving as visual reminders that your engine isn't ready for aggressive operation. This warm-up protocol becomes especially critical for high-performance TDI engines, TSI gasoline units, and any turbocharged European engine where poor warm-up habits directly cause 90% of premature turbocharger failures. Additional critical maintenance habits can extend your European vehicle's lifespan even further. Brake fluid absorbs moisture from the atmosphere and should be completely flushed every 2 years, regardless of mileage, to prevent internal corrosion and maintain proper boiling point under heavy braking conditions. All-wheel drive systems require differential and transfer case fluid changes every 60,000 to 80,000 kilometers using manufacturer-specific lubricants. Mass airflow sensors should be cleaned every 40,000 kilometers using specialized MAF cleaner to maintain proper fuel mixture calculations. European winters create particularly harsh operating conditions with road, salt, grit, and constant moisture that accelerate corrosion throughout your vehicle's undercarriage. Monthly undercarriage washing during winter months, or weekly washing in coastal areas removes corrosive deposits before they cause permanent structural damage. Many European cities offer specialized undercarriage wash facilities, specifically designed to remove winter road treatments. Maintaining detailed maintenance records in a logbook adds €1,000 to €2,000 to your vehicle's resale value, while helping identify developing problems before they become expensive repairs. Document every service, repair, and unusual observation with dates and mileage to establish maintenance credibility with mechanics and future buyers. European automotive engineering truly represents the pinnacle of global vehicle development, combining performance, efficiency, and luxury in ways that other manufacturers struggle to match. But this sophisticated engineering demands respect through proper maintenance procedures and intervals that prioritize long-term reliability over short-term convenience. Follow these critical maintenance habits religiously, and your BMW will reward you with silky smooth operation past 400,000 kilometers. Your Mercedes will continue delivering luxury and reliability well beyond 500,000 kilometers. Your Volkswagen will prove that German engineering truly lives up to its legendary reputation for durability and precision. Most importantly, you'll completely avoid the €15,000 to €20,000 in major repair bills that systematically destroy neglected European vehicles, transforming them from reliable transportation into expensive disappointments. Remember this fundamental truth about European vehicle ownership: Crossons, these cars aren't expensive to maintain when you follow proper intervals and procedures. They only become expensive to repair when maintenance is ignored or delayed until catastrophic failure forces emergency action. The choice between a €50 preventive service today and a €2,000 emergency repair tomorrow remains entirely in your hands. Which of these essential maintenance habits surprised you most? Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts and your own high-mileage European car success stories. Don't forget to subscribe for more money-saving automotive insights that could save you thousands, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our European car maintenance secrets that keep these incredible machines running like new for hundreds of thousands of kilometers.